Hey guys, this is Future Lemur. I mistakenly didn't record the puzzle name and author of this, so I've got to get back and do that because this guy deserves recognition for this. This is called Shroud of Comfort by Flinty, and it's an excellent puzzle. So, past Lemur, take it away. Hey everybody, TheLogicLemur here. Hey, I've got this pretty cool Sudoku puzzle I wanted to show off today. And the reason I want to show it off is because when I first opened this thing up, I had no clue what the heck to do to even start the thing. I had to kind of ask for advice on some of the rules of it, because right off the bat, they didn't seem very clear to me. And not that they're not clear, but I didn't understand them very well. So, let's start off with just basic Sudoku rules. I'm sure most of you people know this. If you don't, let's just go over it real quick. You can skip ahead if you've already got the last rule. Is the one that's it's pretty cool. So anyway, normal Sudoku rules apply. We've got 1 through 9 has to be placed in every row, column, and 3x3 box once only. Now this is also a fog puzzle, which are probably one of my favorites that you can possibly do. And essentially what it means is that it only shows you a certain amount of information. And when you put correct digits in, it will illuminate that fog area and open up more clues so you can progress further. Anyway, so the next clue, and the big one here, is this thing's got friendly cells. And what that is that digits and circles must match that circle's row, column, or box number. For example, if there was a circle in row 2, column 3, row 2, column 3, let's figure out our rows and columns first. Then that digit must either be a 1 because it's in box number 1, it's got to be in row, it's got to be a 2 because it's in row 2, or it has to be a 3 because it's in column 3. Now, all circles are given, and this is the important part. All circles are given. So, first things first. When you get into this puzzle, there's pretty much no information. You've got a circle here, and you've got this rule set. So if you look at it closely, we've got what box are we in? So how can we figure out what this can be per the rule sets? So we're in box 5, so it could be a 5. We're also in row 4, so it could be a 4, and we're in column 4, so that also could be a 4. Now, when I first looked at this, I was stumped. No clue what the heck I was doing. And the reason is there's an intricacy to this that I just did not process. And that is as follows. And I'll try to explain this as best I can. This box, because all cells are given, or all circles are given, this cell right here has to satisfy one of those 3. But it also means that none of the rest of these can satisfy that example. So what does that mean? First off, what it means is that box 5, this box, well, let's look at it a slightly different way. This has to have a 5 in it somewhere, this box. If that 5 was anywhere in any of these cells, they would have to have a circle on it, because that's what this rule states. So you can see where I'm going here. So even though this could be a 4 because it's in row 4 and it's in column 4, the only thing it can actually be is a 5, because if I do not put a 5 in this cell, I cannot put a 5 anywhere else. And that's where we start. That's how we get moving. So, 5. Now, we're going to get into some other rules here. We still got our friendly cells. Now we've got what are called Kropki dots, which are these black dots, and there's also white dots as well. In this particular puzzle, we don't have white Kropki dots, but we'll go with the black ones. The black ones mean that the 2 cells that are separated by this dot have to be in a 1-to-2 ratio. And what does that mean? Well, it means that this is a 1. Let's just pop some in. I don't want to actually put in a number. Because if I do that and I get it right, it'll accidentally, clear the fog, and I don't want to do that. So if this is a 1, this would have to be a 2, because 2 is 1 to 2 ratio to 1. Now if this is a 2, this would have to be a 4, 3, 6, so on and so on. Now the thing about black Kropki dots, there are certain digits that you can never put on them, and that would be 5, 7, and 9. And why is that? If you put a 5, let's assume this 5's not even here. You put a 5 in this digit, what is this digit going to be? Well, what's a 1 to 2 ratio 5? It's either 2.5 or 10. Both of those don't work in a typical Sudoku. There we go. So, when you get down to these 4 digits, they have to be some subset of 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 8, because those are the only ones that actually work in a black Kropki dot. Now, since we know these are friendly digits, what the heck can they be? Well, they could be 3, because they could be in column 3. They could be 4. Well, this one could be 4, because it's in row 4. This one technically could be 5, because it's in row 5. But it can't be that, because it's on a Kropki dot. So let's start with this one first. This one can't be a 1 or a 2. If it was a 1 or a 2, it'd mean this would have to be in box 1 or row 1 or column 1. Not done. 2 also doesn't satisfy that. 3 does satisfy it because of the column. 4 does satisfy it for the row. 6 and 8 do not satisfy it. That cannot be 6 or 8. The exact same is actually true for this one. Can't be 1, can't be 2, can't be 6 or 8. So we can go back to these. We can just delete these for now because they're not really worthwhile. But now we've got a 3-4 pair, so that there is no more 3-4 pairs on here anymore. So what can these Kropki dots be? Well, 3 can only pair with 6. 4 can pair with 2 and 8. So these could possibly be 2, 6, or 8. Okay. Now we've got a little bit of something going. Now let's look at this Kropki, this friendly cell. This, to be able to satisfy the friendly cell clue, it could be a 1 because it's in box 1, and it could be 3 for the row or the column, 1 or 3, but we've got a 3, 4 right here. So this one cannot be 3, so it has to be 1. Now we get a little more to look at. Now we could start putting in information for these other friendly ones as well, because we know they have these same items that they have to satisfy. So these could both be in box 2, because they are. This one could be row 3. It could be column 4. This one could also be row 3, but it also be column 5. Okay. Not too much there. Let's move back to this Kropki dot. Now, we know, like we said before, the only thing going black Kropki dots are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 8. I like to do this where I put in every digit. I know a lot of people are like, well, let's just figure it out in our head and do it, but I'm a little slow sometimes, so let's go for it. So this can't be 1, 3, or 4 because we've got the 1 and the 3 and the 4 here. So that's down to 2, 6, or 8. This can't be 8. This can't be 6. That could be 4. This could be 3. It cannot be 2. And it could be 1. Okay. Now, where do we go from here? And this is kind of the point that I already got to before I decided let's actually start going at it. So let's go from here and see what we can figure out. All right, so what do we do? Now, this cannot be a 2 because it's in row 2, so it would have to have a circle if it was 2. So it's not a 2, which means this can't be 1. This cannot be a 4 because it's in column 4, so it would have to have a circle. So this has to be 3, this has to be 6. Now we can get rid of these 3s. And where do we go from here? Let's see. So we know where the 1 is in this one. So that's another good thing to think about. We know that there's always going to be a circle, a friendly cell, in every single box because each box has to have its number in it. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this one's going to have a 2 in it somewhere. We don't know if it could be over here because this is still in the fog. So, what do? We can... Well, we know because of just typical Sudoku, this can't be a 3. That doesn't help me anywhere. Can we do anything else in this 5 box? 3. Let's go to this one. I've just blanked over this one. This could be 2 because it's in column 2. It can't be 6 or 8 because it's in row 4 in column 2 and it's not in box 6 or 8. So this is 2. So 2 has to be a 1-2 ratio with 4. This has to be 3 and this has to be 6. Okay, there we go. A little better now. None of these can be 3s. Not too helpful. One of these has to be a 6. Does that do anything? 2, 3, 4, 5 on here. Where can I go? So we know 6 can't be in here. Can't be there. Can't be any of these. And it can't be those. Why is that? This is row 6. This is column 6. And the 6 sees these, and that's 5. So this is the only place a 6 can go because there are no other circles. 6. Here we go. Okay. Now, what can this be? It could be 2. Could be 3 for the row. And it could be 6 for the column. But here's a little thing. This can't be 6 or 3, for instance. Because if this is a 3 or a 6, this has to be a 3 or 6 in these shows. So this has to be 2. And that gives us 5 and 4. Okay. Now, this is a 2. This would have to be a 4 or a 1. So this has to be the 1. This has to be... Can't be 2 because we've already done the box 2. It could be 6 for the column or 1 for the row. It has to be 6 for that. This one could be 1 for the row. 3 for the box, or 7 for the column. Doesn't look like we can determine that just yet. How about this bad boy? This is box 6, it can't be that. It could be 7 for the column, or 4, which it cannot be, so it is 7. Okay, that's not 7 then. Here we go, there's another one. We have got, so it can't be 6. Can't be 7 anymore. So it has to be whatever this row is, which is 5. Okay. Now, we've got 2 5s. There has to be a 5 here. Not too helpful. There has to be a 6 over here. Not too helpful. This has to be a 5, or one of those has to be a 5, I should say. 6 over here. None of these clues are really helping me. And just FYI, if you don't know, you can double click on any of these numbers when you're in the specific modes. It'll automatically pick up all the same digit that you have. So, what does that tell me? These can't be 2s. This can't be a 2. Wait, no, I don't know that. That's an error. I was going to say this can't be a 2 because it doesn't have a circle, but I can't see it because it's in the fog. So one of those is 2. No. 3s can't be any of those. These can't be 3s because I can see they don't have circles. So there has to be a 3 up here, which gives me the 1. There we go. And that didn't give me anything. Great. So now I've got box 3, which is mostly cleared of fog. So none of these can be a 3 because they don't have circles, and that can't be a 3. So one of these is a 3. No 3, no 3, no 3. No, there's be a 6 down here by Sudoku. 5, I already said that. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is box 5. Yeah, this is box 6. There it is. Okay, another obvious thing I just missed. This is box 6. Box 6 has to have a 6 inside of a circle. And since these don't have them, they can't be. So at least one place where a 6 could be. And that'll show us a 6. Get rid of that one. This one can't be 6. Can't be 5. So it has to be whatever the column is, which is 9. Okay, what else we got? This is 4, so we know that's already taken care of. This is 5 and 6. That's 1, that's 2. We still got this 3 over here. Could be, oh, duh. 3 right there. Didn't even look at my own markings. This is a 3. Okay, so now we know it can't be 3. It could be 2 or 9. We already have a 9 here. This is 2. Good, good, good. Let's see. We've got no 2s in any of these. One of these has to be a 2. 3. Let me put my phone on vibrate just in case. Should have done that earlier. 2, 3 up there. 3. Well, this can't be a 1 because it's in column 1. None of these can be 1. That can't be a 1. That can't be. So there has to be a 1 over here. So none of these are 1s. None of these are 1s. These are not 1s because of the column in that. So this has to be a 1. Okay. Now, this cannot be a 6 because this is box 7. So 6s are down there. Let's go back and see what these can be. This could be 1 because it's in column 1. It could be a 7 because it's in row 7 and box 7. How about this bad boy? It could be a 7 still because it's still in box 7. It cannot be a 2 for the column because we already have that. So it has to be 7. And that has to be 1. Alright, so we got a 1 down here somewhere because we got this one and this one. Now we've got more black Kropki dots. Good, good, good. So, can't have a 1, can't have a 2, can't have a 6. And if it can't have a 6, it can't have a 3. So the only 2 digits left are 4 and 8. Which is going to give me these 3 in general. Because this column, I still need a 3. Well, that actually just gave it to me, but I'll keep going here. 5 and 9. Now, we already know there's a 3 up in one of these, so these 2 can't be 3. So this has to be 3. Okay, what's next? Oh, the 5 right there gives me the 9 and the 5. So, how about this row here? We need the 6, which we know is over here. We need a 7, which could be here or here. And we need an 8, which could be either of those. So, it's not too helpful. Can we do anything more with Kropki dots? This can't be 1 or 3 or 6, but it could be 2, or it can't be 1, 3, 4, or 6. So it has to be 2 or 8, and it can't be 8 because that's there, so this is 2. Which means this is not 6 anymore. It could either be 1 or 4. There's a 4 there. This is a 1. Cool. And that 1 actually gives me this one. Alright, so we've got 2 1s looking over here. We've got 1 there, so this is a 1 over here. So 1s are pretty much done except for these 2 guys right here. Cool, cool. 2 has to go in here somewhere. That's not very helpful. It's got to go in there somewhere. That's not really helpful. Let's try this Kropki dot. Remember, 5 can't be on a Kropki. This can't have a 1 on it because of that, and all these other ones. So it could be 2, 4. This can't be a 2. Or it could be 4, 8. Sorry, 4, 8. It can't be 3, 6 because 2, 6 is seeing it. Okay, that's cool. So that's what it says. What that tells me is, if this is a 2, this is a 4. If this is a 4, this is an 8. If this is an 8, this is a 4. The factor in all those is that there has to be a 4 in one of those, no matter what combination we do. Okay. So, what else? There's no 3 in here because of that 3, so this has to be a 6-3 pair, which is going to force these to be 5, 9, which removes this 5 and puts a 5 there. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 are left. 7 and 8. So that tells you that can't be a 2, and that is a 2. I need a 4 in this box. That's got to be a 4. This has to be 7 or 8. This has to be 6, 7, or 8. That's not 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 3 or 7, 8, 9 is not very helpful. What else? I mean, these 3, it's not very helpful, but it's, what are we looking at? 7, 8, 9. That's not 7, that's not 9. Okay, there we go, it's a 7, 8 pair, so it gives me a 9. Now these 3 are 1, 3, and 8. That is not 3. That is not 1. Not quite as helpful as I hoped it would be. Cool. What else? We've got a 2 somewhere in here. It can't be any of those. Can't be there. And it's got plenty of places it can go otherwise. The 6 can't be any of those. We already know it's down there. Not helpful. 7 could be lots of places. The 8 could be a lot of places. And the 9 could be. So no, it's not going to help us out any. What else? Well, let's go look at the negative constraints again. So, I think that's going to give it to us. Okay. I've been ignoring the main rule of this puzzle. Can this be an 8? The answer is no. It's in row 8. So this has to be a 4 and an 8. Can we do that with anything else? 5 or 9? Yes, we can. This can't be a 9. So this is 5 and 9. Which removes 5 from here and gives us a 5 here. Yes, there we go. All right, this is a friendly cell. It can't be 4, so it has to be 8. It can't be 4 because it's not in box 4, row 4, or column 4. So that's an 8, which means this has to be the 4. That 8 gives me a 3. That now is there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 has to be one of those. 7 and 9 are the other 2, and they can be, well, no, this can't be 9. So one of these has to be 9, which means that's a 9, that's a 4, that's a 7. Good, this is getting somewhere now. So these are 2, 7, and 8. That did nothing. Awesome. There can't be a 3, so there's got to be a 3 in one of these. The 2 could be in too many places. The 6 is over there, and then the 9 can't be in any of those. There's your 9, there's your 3. Gives me a 2-6 pair, which does help me up here. No, that's not, so that is a 2. These are not 2s, this is a 2. These are, what am I seeing, 3 and 4? Yeah, that doesn't give me anything. Oh, let's go back up here. This can't be an 8, because it's in column 8. Same with this. This can't be an 8, so that's a 1 and an 8. 1 can't be up here. Now that 1 just gives me this 1. Okay, here we go. More friendly cells. What can this be? It's either 9 or 8, and it can't be 8, so it's 9. This, we know it can't be 9 because I already put the 9 in there. It could be 8, which it has to be. 9 and 8. Okay. What else, what else, what else? There can't be a 4 in either one of these because of these 4s. So that's a 4. These are 5 and 7. We got a 7 there and a 5 there. What else do we need? We need a 2 in one of these. We need a 3. Just one of those 3 is not very helpful. We need a 4. That's the 4. That's the 2. 3 and 4. These have to be 3 and 6. That's a 3 there, so that's 6 and 3. That 6 is going to give me the 8 and the 7 and the 6. And that 7 gives me the 8, 7, 8, 7. 2 gives me the 6. That gives me a 2. That 6 gives me a 3 and a 6. This one right here has to be a 9. That has to be an 8 from that. These have to be 7 and 8, so that's 7, that's 8. This has to be 5. These have to be 7 and 9, so that's 9, and that's 7. Hey, and there we go, we did it. So, tough one to start, at least for me. I mean, a lot of people probably could have found that out pretty quickly and figured it out. It just wasn't clicking in my brain cells today. But that is a completed Sudoku. I thought that was a really cool condition to have to use and to have to think about the negative constraints. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that, and we'll be back with some more. See y'all around.